Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Scale Riders podcast episode. I am your host, 65 Locs, episode number 225. On the road, commuting right now, on my way to a destination. I wanted to squeeze in this episode because it's been a while. I haven't recorded anything lately. I just wanted to check up on you guys, see how you guys have been doing. Hopefully, you guys are doing well, building, or even just chilling. If you're not building, there's nothing wrong with taking a break and just kind of chilling out, checking out inventory, maybe overlooking the tools, maybe we need to clean out those sanding pads, bust out those toothbrushes and, get all that dust and gunk and everything, just get it out, and tidy up the bench right there. Look online, get some inspiration, see what our other peers are doing online. And, but yeah, I'm doing well. I'm excited about recording this one because I have some time right now while I'm driving to do it. And I'm just going to go off the top of my head as far as like what I could remember, things that have happened since the last episode to now, because I know it's been a while. I didn't write anything down. So like current events, and also, tomorrow I'm going to be leaving to Mexico City for a week. So as you guys are hearing this episode, once I'm done recording this, it's going up online. And by the time you guys hear it, I'm most likely already on my way on the road, headed out to Mexico City. Going to be out there for a week, doing lots of various explorations, hitting up as many hobby stores as I can, whatever is out there. I mean, I was doing a lot of research. I did find a shop, and it's primarily Gundam, but I'm very curious about going in there, meeting up with some of the owners there, getting to talk to them and just like geek out and talk about tools and stuff like that, and hopefully make some connections there with owners of another business out there in the region of Mexico City. So it's very exciting. I'm very curious to know also ask questions about the car scene as far as like model building, from what I've seen through the years, I mean, I have met online some model builders that build model cars, but not a lot. What it seems to be huge is Hot Wheels, obviously, with collectors. There's a lot of Hot Wheel collectors, probably, dating back to probably like the 90s, 80s, and so forth, right? Going backwards. But as far as model building, I'm not sure how that scene is, what do they got or what? And I'm just very curious about other shops or what's out there. So maybe, I might be hopefully there, pointed in the right direction, check this place out, and we'll see. I'm quite excited. I'm definitely going to document as much as I can during this trip here. So it's going to be for a week. So everyone who's placed orders online, all orders have been shipped. I made sure that everything went out Friday. Friday was like my last day of shipping items out. And I wanted to get everything out before I closed the online store. Just temporarily closed for about a week, until I get back from the trip. I just didn't want to leave the store open and be gone. And let's say, you need glue or paint, and I'm gone, right? And you submitted your orders, and nothing goes out until I get back. I just didn't want to have that responsibility, of that. But I just wanted to do it the right way, just like it's a vacation in my mind, just focus on being out there, what the mission is, and then just getting back home, opening up the online store, and just follow through with orders that arrive online right there. So quite excited. I mean, this trip had been planned a long time ago. I would say maybe after the Spain trip in March, like after that. And it's the time is here. I mean, this year's been flying by like crazy. November, we're already here. We just got done with Halloween. And now we're in November, a couple holidays creeping up. And this is going to be the time where a lot of people travel. People either, and if not, they visit family, or if family comes around, this is like the time when, you start to kind of chill out. All right, you start to plan for next year, start focusing on like what's coming up, set some goals and all that stuff, right? So there's a lot of that's going to be coming up. And then, holidays, we got to think about the gifts for the kids and all this stuff, right? To make someone happy. So it's just like this year's, it's pretty much over, it's like it's pretty done. It's a wrap, and we just got to enjoy it day by day of what we got going on, and if if you have a goal and you're setting yourself like, yo, I want to do this, I want to venture into this, I want to try this, I want to do something different with my builds, I want to elevate with my builds or something different, it's like the time is now. I know a lot of people set the goals till January, start of a year, but it's best to just start now, whenever. Like, just do it up. If you could already start now, do it now. Just start getting right into things. And then when January comes in, just ride the wave, right? Keep riding that wave all year long, But it just depends, If you can't right now, then just wait till the January if you feel like January is like the time where you're going to free up more. But definitely, I always tell a lot of my friends that ask me questions or whatever, they want to get into something, start something, whether it's a new project, a business, or whatever they want to buy or obtain or whatever, explore. Maybe they want to go back to school, whatever, it's like the time is now. It's almost like, what are we waiting for? Another lifetime? We might get that other lifetime, but we might not be doing what we're doing. Everything will be different. We might be an animal next time or something. I don't know. It's a trip. But before I forget, NNL West 2024. It's all set. January 20th. The flyer has been posted and everything. But I wanted to announce here that I will be there. Next year, I will be there vending. I already booked my table. It's official. I already got word that, payment has been received. It's already processed. We're good. And, once they assign my table, then, I'll let all you guys know online. I'll post it on Instagram of what area, I'll be there. But no matter what, the spot's pretty big and everything's pretty visible. It's not like you're not going to... you're gonna miss someone. You're gonna find it. So it's gonna be cool. But I'm excited. It's coming up. And also another thing, Alex. Been talking to Alex. He's gonna be doing the pizza party thing again. The get together the night before. So that's gonna be a lot of fun right there. And I'm gonna help him out as much as I can to promote this, because I think this is just such a cool, dope thing that he does. To get people together, out in his area in Northern California, and just get everyone to hang out before the show. For those that come in early, I will be out there early Friday, and I'll be up there chilling with my homie, and then boom, check out the pizza thing, and then come back. I'm gonna be coming back, after the show. Last year, I stayed an extra day. I didn't get back till Sunday noontime, which was awesome too, because it was less pressure leaving from the show. I was able to just kind of relax, chill before I did that drive. But this time it's going to be different. I'm going to end up heading out after the show, coming home, because I want to be with my family. I want to spend time with my family. So this is going to be the only thing that's going to be quite different. My Sunday, I want to be back with the fam and just chill out with them, because I won't be with them Friday and Saturday, and I just want to be back home as much as possible. Daughter's growing up, she's 3, had a blast for Halloween, and they're just more aware every year. They're more aware. They're learning new things, learning new words. They're putting 2 and 2 together. You're making them think. You're making them make decisions already by giving them choices. Like, do you want this or this, right? It's crazy. It's like, I already see, like, what she likes, what she's into, things that she does. Like, to make us laugh, and even, I don't know, like wanting to sing and perform, all these like different things. And I'm like, what the heck? It just trips me out because she's small, everything's all new to me, first time dad and all that. So it's just crazy. I'm enjoying it, but yeah, this, I'm hyped for this week though, man. It's going to be fun. Like just exploring, being in a new region, new area. I've never been to that area of Mexico City, and I'm just looking forward to it. So definitely, if you follow me on Instagram, I'm going to be posting on my stories there. I might do a post, but I'm not going to go too crazy with the post. It's going to be more like the stories, behind the scenes or whatever, but definitely going to check out that Gundam store there. I'm very curious about the tools. I'm very curious what they have in Mex. Like, what do they get? Are they getting stuff in from China? Are they getting it from Japan? Are they getting it from the US? Like, where are they getting their stuff? Like, who's the connect? I'm just curious. Like, damn, how are you guys doing it out here? How's the building? What's the level? What's the level of building? Because obviously there's different levels to every game everywhere, and I just want to like absorb it, look at it, and see, and be like, dang. And right now, on the topic of levels, dude, the Atlanta show, the Acme, oh man, I saw tons and tons of photos from everybody that was out there this year. You had people from Florida that were out there, people from Texas that were out there, they're from the South, from just different places, man. And it was crazy. Like the stuff that I saw, the builds, just from seeing the photos, you could just tell like the high level, high quality builds that I'm just like, dang, I know, like from seeing the photos, very inspired. Like, to me, that's like the closest thing to like a real car. Like someone with money who was just gonna like fix up a nice car with some, expensive add-ons and whatnot. Like the right way to do it. Like the type of models that they were created, I mean, these people are artists, like designers, like just the way everything just flowed, the colors, the combinations, all that, it just looked amazing. And when you see it in photos, it makes an impression, for everybody who's around the world that lives so far away, that wish they could be there. But this is the closest thing getting you there, is the photos, the photographs, and just being able to absorb all that and see that, that's inspiring. But man, I could only imagine like being there and being able to see the cars in person. It's definitely a whole nother thing. I could already picture myself going, meeting up with the guys, checking out all the stuff, and then just like taking it all in, like being impacted, like, dang, like what the heck, taking notes, asking questions, taking pictures, and just processing everything, going home and just looking back at all the photographs, and just, I think there and then everything's gonna click in my head. Everything is gonna make sense. Like, wow, like now I know how you dudes are like on a whole nother level. It's crazy. Like the stuff that I saw there, I was like, man, like that's a whole nother level. Those are like goals. Like when I see that stuff, I'm like, I want to be at that level right there. Like that, like a model building, that's like a high caliber I want to be at. It's just so cool to see that people are still out there. They're doing their thing. They're focused. They just keep pushing that envelope more and more and more. And every car, every project that they create is just, it's making a lot of noise. And man, my friend Dennis always tells me, man, you need to come out. He's been telling me this for years. It's not just this year, last year. Nah, he's been telling me for a long time. Like, dude, you got to go to the show. Dennis travels everywhere. Like, he's all over the place in the U.S. Dennis has witnessed the different levels, the different calibers of model builds, everything from, you know, beginner to the like master or elite level, you know what I mean? Like some very like high level stuff, black belt stuff, you know what I mean? With the red stripes on the belt and everything, you know? And from different places in different genres, not just one style, all styles. And I mean, when he's telling me about that, like, dude, this is one you got to go to, you know? I take his word for it for sure. Like, I'm hearing him out, but you know, every year I keep seeing these pictures, and I'm like, man, you know, I do want to go. I want to definitely go, and I want to do some changes for like next year, you know, as far as being able to step out of California to hit up these shows, to check them out. I know it's going to be hard to try to go to every show because, you know, I still got a job at home. I still got to fulfill the online orders. And we still have a schedule at home with the little one, you know, daycare, appointments, and all this other stuff. So when things line up that I go, okay, you know, I'm going to be free. Everything looks good from ahead of time. This area right here looks clear. I could definitely make this happen. I'm gonna for sure. I want to make it a go next year. You know, I think some of the changes though that are gonna definitely happen is, you know, as of right now, and that's the thing. You know, things could change in the future next year. But as of right now, I almost feel like NNL West might be the only show that I'm gonna vend next year. And in California, or maybe even at all. I think NNL might be the only show that I vend, and the rest of the shows I go on in SoCal, as of right now, I'm not planning on vending anywhere else. And I'm going to tell you guys why. But you know, I'm thinking like NNL West would probably be the only one, you know, come up, set up, and like, you know, do the drive, set up, and be like, all right, I'll be here, you know, vending. But then it's not like I want to be vending posted up all day, you know, because I got a lot of friends coming out from different areas there that want to hang out. They want to say what's up. They want to show me their models, and I want to look at the models. I don't want to just be stuck in one spot. So most likely what would happen is I'll vend to a certain point, and then I'm just going to step away, and then I'm just going to go look at all the stuff to get content, record, you know, talk to homies, get some little interviews going and stuff like that. That's what I want to do for sure. I want to do that. I know that for NNL they have rules. Like, you can't just close your booth and you're done, you know. You have to be set up until the thing ends, unless if you completely sell out. But, you know, it's one of those things. I'm not going to completely sell out. Like, I'm just going to take what I can take, what I can fit in the car, you know. But it's not necessarily like everything's going to sell out. That's not a guarantee, right? So I'll just take what I can, and, you know, I'll do what I can from the morning to the noontime. And then I think, if anything, you know, my homie will help me out, and then I'm just going to just be out there. I want to check out the stuff, you know. And as far as the rest of the shows that go on, I really don't, like, as of right now, I don't plan on vending at any other show in California at all. Even if I travel, like, outside of California. Let's say I do go to Acme show, or I go to, like, NNL East, let's say. I don't even want to vend. Like, those shows, I'm traveling. Like, let's say I go there, I'm traveling. I don't want to be lugging up a bunch of stuff or whatever. Like, I just want to show up, and I want to participate. Like, I want to get the modeler experience, right? Entering the show, bringing some of my models, hanging out with people. That's what I want to do. I don't want to, like, have this responsibility of, like, oh man, I got to be there early. I got to, like, set up. I got to then. What the heck? I just saw this car earlier in the freeway. Now I'm with it again. Crazy. But anyway, I just want to do the other experience, right? And as far as going back to the California shows, there's nothing against the shows at all or whatever. It's just more of a personal thing. Like, I want to, if I'm going to attend these shows, I want to check out the show for what it is, right? I want to record content, hang out with people and all that. I want to go back to that. That's what I miss. These last couple years, I've already experienced the vending all the time at the shows. And yeah, it's cool, you make some sales and this and that. But when I look back at it, I'm also like, dang, like, I'm also like missing out on the experience of like hanging out with my friends, And as far as like item selling, I mean, I have an online store. The stuff can just sell online, right? And then I just ship it out on Monday or, during the week. So it's like, I'm not even worried about like, oh man, I'm not going to sell it. I'm not even worried about any of that. Like, I'm more about, all right, the stuff, I started as an online store. That's what I do. So that's how it's going to be. And like, yeah, it's cool, if people are wanting to shop and all this stuff, but it's like the online store is there, and maybe I'll do something different. Maybe like, I go to the show and I run into friends, and, if I run into customers who are not on Instagram or on anything, and then they show up and they see me and they're like, yo, like, I thought you were going to be here. I was, I wanted to get some stuff or whatever. I might just bring some, maybe I'll print out some like, kind of like a coupon, but like a little card with like a code or something, where I'm just letting people know like, oh, hey, here's this, you could get free shipping, just put the order in and get free shipping, or here's a discount or whatever, just so this way they don't feel like, dang, like, so, if they want to get something, they could just order it online. Because when it comes to vending, man, it could be nerve-wracking sometimes, days before, because you got to go through all the inventory, and you gotta pick and choose who am I taking with me, who's coming with me, right? And then once you pick, you gotta print out labels for every single item you're gonna take, because every single item that's gonna be available for sale at this event has to be scanned, so this way it's off the site. Because let's say I only have one copy of a model, and then I bring it to the show and I sell it at the show, but still listed on the site, and then somebody buys it on the site, that's going to create an issue now. I'm going to have to like hit my customer up and let them know we're out of stock. And, you just don't want to have that happening all the time, so things like that, you want to be very careful of. So that's why the labels, everything being labeled that's going to be at a show, it's more easier to have accountability and track what has sold, and then plus everything's recorded in the system, your sales and everything, and it just works out. It works out at the end. And it's just one of those things where picking out the stuff and then the labels, that's another little headache. And then the final thing is like, having to wake up super early to package up, like to load up and head out. Like if the show starts at 9, you got to be there at like 7. And sometimes you got to get up at 5 to like get ready, take a shower, get ready. No, wait. Wake up, get up, take a shower, get dressed, put on your shoes. No, I'm playing. I'm not dragging it. Just get ready, put everything in the car, and head out. And you're probably driving like 30 minutes, maybe an hour to get to the spot. Buy some breakfast, and that might be the only meal you're gonna eat, unless if you pre-pack a meal for lunch. But if you don't, that's all you're gonna eat, dude. I know it sounds whack, but it's not that bad. I'm just exaggerating it right now. I think I'm just dragging it along. But it's just one of those things where, all right, you got all these stuff, and then boom, you're there, you set up, and then you gotta wait till the end, right? Or maybe 30 minutes or an hour before, you start packing up, It's time to roll. And then you come home and you're like tired, you're beat, and you still got to get all that stuff out of your car. And it's just like, you're just like, dang, you know, I miss, like, the whole day was just a blur. Like, everything went by fast. The day's over with. It's gone. And that's it, you know? And then tomorrow, go back to work. That's like if it's on a Sunday, you know? So, yeah, it's kind of a trip, the way those things are. But then away at the same time, it's like time away from the family. And man, I don't know. Like this year when I did as many shows as I could, I was just like, all right, I think I hit that moment where I was like, yeah, nah, I don't think I'm gonna do this next year. I think I'm just gonna keep it online. I'd rather just show up at the show, say what's up, or participate, and then, you know, like, do my thing, you know, have that freedom to just do my thing and not have that responsibility of like having to like just be in one place at one time and not being able to like leave, you know? Nah. So yeah, those are just my thoughts, you know, like my reasonings of why I want to do it like that for like next year, you know? And who knows, you know? I mean, I don't know. You know, what if next year NNL is that last NNL? Who knows? I don't know. What if the 2025 I'm like, I don't know. Or maybe I'm like, yeah, we're going to do it again and we're going to rent 4 tables. Nah, I'm playing. I ain't going to do that. That's too many tables. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, you know, the focus is for next year's show is just, you know, the NNL once it comes up and go out there, say what's up to the homies, and, you know, the Friday night, that's going to be super fun right there. But yeah, so the Acme show, I mean, it went down. It looked dope from all the photos, everything that I saw. You know, there was lowriders, there was, you know, JDM cars, American, like, muscle cars, like, just a lot of cool stuff that I kept seeing right there. Just got off the freeway real quick for a little bit. I'm going to jump on back in a bit. I always take this, like, little route. I detour. I'm cutting through Simi Valley, through the back. And this, like, back road. And from this road, you can see the Ronald Reagan, the Presidential Library. If you guys are familiar, that are locals from out here, you know what I'm talking about. There's like a little golf course spot, but yeah, this is like a little back road, and they have it's like a square building, and you can see the Air Force One plane from there, from the side. It's weird. Like at night you could see it if you drive here at night because they have it lit up. They have the lights on and all. But I remember as a kid going there for school. They took us there, and there's all these like it's like collection of stuff. And what I always thought was kind of cool is they had like all the old school like cop cars, SUVs from that time, you know, like Secret Service SUVs. I don't know, it's pretty crazy. Like it's definitely if you go back in time. But if you're not familiar with the place, just Google it. Just put Ronald Reagan Library on the maps, and you can see it. And you'll see like a little road, and I'm on that road right now, looking at that building right now. It's kind of crazy that it's just right there. But yeah, so another show that went down, and I wasn't able to go to that. I was busy. I was out of town that weekend. It was the NHRA museum show in Pomona. I couldn't make it out to that, and I didn't really see too much posts. I saw some, but I didn't really see too much like posted. But I'm sure for sure there was a nice turnout for that one, because that's also like one of the last shows for like SoCal for the rest of this year. And you know, it's you know, pretty much end of October or early November when it goes down. And you know, a lot of these shows, you want to get them done before the holidays kick in, because then people aren't available. Imagine if you're trying to hold events in November, like on the week of like Thanksgiving or something, like no one's gonna go, dude. Like people are busy, So, and the same one like Christmas, people are out of town, It's just, it's always gonna be different, when it comes down to those, to planning on like trying to do events on those things. So, but from what I saw though, I mean, the stuff that was there was dope, I mean, a lot of these shows, man, you're always gonna see something nice. You're always gonna meet someone new, maybe someone that just got back into it, and they just caught word of the show, and they're around, and they're like, dude, like I want to check out the show. So that's always like a plus right there, to be able to like check that stuff out right there, and yeah, just looking very forward to it. So as of lately, I haven't been like working on any models, just because of all the stuff. I prior had been talking about, the shows coming up. I mean, not shows coming up. The like being out of town, traveling, family weddings and all this stuff. And this trip right here that's coming up, this is kind of like the last like thing on that list of things to do, is this trip. Once I'm back from this trip, then it's like one of those things where it's like, all right, cool. Everything's local now, right? Not going to be going anywhere far. And if anything, it's just visiting family and everything's chill. And that's it, just keeping it local. So there's going to be more time now to go back, revisit projects. There's this, the AE86 car with the Pandem kit that I already have it primered. I know I've showed it on my Instagram on the 65 Locs page. And that car there, it's primered and it's ready. It's calling out my name every day that I see it on my bench. Oh, hold on, guys. Let me take a sip out of my water. Throat's getting a little dry. So, that car right there, I when I had glued on the wide body kit. This is a wide body kit from Zoom-On, resin pieces. The fenders, they're quite thick, So like when you put the wheels on, and if you're trying to go for like somewhat of a slam look or even cambered look, I mean, those wheel wells, yeah, they're wide, but they're a bit thick, and it's not really gonna give it that look you want. It's still gonna make the car look higher. It's gonna sit higher, right? So I ended up getting my Dremel, and I got some Dremel bits, and I just started grinding away. I made sure I went outside. I didn't want to do it in the house because this is resin, So I knew it'd be a lot faster if I did it outside. Got a little mask, threw on the little mask. I didn't want to put on this big old huge on spacesuit, be out there scaring my neighbors. I just threw on this little mask. Got the and I made sure to wear black clothing too, so this way when all that residue dust flies out, I know where it lands, and if it's gonna land on my body, like on my clothes, I know like to like change the direction of where I'm facing, so this way it goes the opposite direction, and if the debris isn't making any contact with me, then I'm good, So made sure to wear all black shoes, black jeans, black t-shirt, even a black hat, so I don't get this I don't get that stuff in my hair, And I just started grinding away. I started kind of looking at like, all right, how far am I gonna go, And then I just started grinding away, and yeah, dude, there was like a bunch of like pieces that were just like flying out. It wasn't even like dust, they were just like little shreds of stuff that I was just carving away at it. But it did it quick. Like, it didn't take forever. If I would have tried to sand, dude, that would have took forever. I would have been discouraged big time. I would have been like, I give up on this project. It's a lot of work. So sanding wasn't the answer. I had to grind this stuff down. started grinding it down. And the bit that I used, it's like this little round ball that has this kind of a weird wavy kind of shape. It's I think it's like a De Boer or I don't know. I'm getting it wrong, guys. Sorry. But if you guys are curious about what I'm talking about, just let me know. Send me like a DM or something, and then when I get back from my trip, I'll snap a photo and I'll post it. So you guys know what I'm talking about. So these little things, right? These little round, little ball-ish looking things. I started using that. It starts carving it away. It makes the thickness starts going away. It starts getting thinner and thinner. But I'm also being careful. I keep stopping and looking over, making sure I'm not burning right through this thing. And now everything's like looking cool. Then I feel like, all right, I'm done. Go back, do a mock-up. This one is deep, this one isn't. And then I have to go fix the mock-up, go back to grind. It just keep grinding the heck out of it. And then finally, when I felt like, all right, I feel like I kind of got it to where I want it, then I cleaned out the model, wet it. I got my sanding sponge on a high grit, I think the 120 and then 240, and I just really lightly making sure everything was wet. I put in the God hand pad in there, the 2mm, because it's more flexible. So I was able to just fit it in there and just start, sanding back and forth slowly though with my finger. But it's crazy because with the water, what it helps is it builds it up. So a lot of that dust with water, it turns into like mush. It's not gonna fly. It's all there. And then you rinse every so often, and you get it a little smoother. Just to uniform it a little bit. You just want to uniform it, and then you're done. It's all good. And then you put that away. And then you go ahead and do another mock-up, see how that looks. And then I feel like I got it down to where I was satisfied, and I was like, that's it, it's a wrap. And then I just went back and I re-primered the bottom, the inner wheel wells. Everything I grinded down, I just primered it just to have uniform look, but also just to seal everything. Make sure everything is primered, right? Inside and out. It's all primered. And it's like, it's all ready. It's all ready, And then I started working on the wheels too. Obviously because of the mock-up, but I started to look at all right, the brakes, the disc brakes, how they're gonna look. Because I'm going to be using a little PE piece that goes on there on top of the disc brake and all that. Oh man, this guy's carrying all kinds of beds. It's crazy. And he's like hauling 30 beds or something, all stacked up. That shit looks crazy. I'm like, man, you better be going slow on the freeway because those things are going to fly. I always see the weirdest things, man, when I'm driving out here to the back. I'm almost out of here. I'm almost out of the Simi Valley. I'm back on the freeway, but I'm going to be entering the Northridge area. I don't know if you guys remember. I think I talked about it already in the past. Northridge. When they had the earthquake over here, it was like a 6.7 or 7, something crazy. So I'm going to be passing all those areas right now as well. But, man, as far as that car, though, I would like to get it done for NNL West. I would. If I needed to work on a car to get it done for that show, to pressure myself, just to add that pressure, having whatever left of November will be there, the half of November, all of December, and then the first, maybe a week of January. If I'm gonna put that pressure on myself, that would be the car to do. You know, because it's already primered. A lot of stuff's primered. The interior is all primered, somewhat mocked up. I mean, there's no detail in it, anything like that. But as far as like, I know that I can like paint the car, clear it, polish it, you know, paint the interior and everything. But if I really wanted to detail it, I think that's the stuff that's gonna just take a long time, right? But if I just wing it, if I'm just like, you know what, let's just do a curbside on this or something, like let's not go too crazy with everything, you know, it's just gonna sit there static, then I think that's doable. I think that could be done right there. So we'll see what transpires from there. But yeah, the NNL West, are you guys coming out to that? Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, if you guys are gonna come, plan it now. I mean, we're not too far away. If you're listening to this now and you're on the fence and you're thinking about coming out, I think you want to come out. Do it. Just do it. Why not? 'Cause yeah, I mean, I'll be posting soon the flyer. Then I'll be at the NNL West. So I wonder how many other people are gonna be coming out to the NNL West. Should be fun, you know, to come out to something like that again. I also wanted to let you guys know that I started a Skill Writers, calling it Skill Writers Radio. So I don't know if you guys ever heard of Mixcloud.com. It's a company based out of the UK. Many years when Mixcloud came out, I had a friend who used to work for that company, based out in London in the UK. And one time I was out there, and you know, I was visiting him, and he took me out to their offices, and I got to meet some of the people that worked there, and it was just cool, like seeing like a startup, like a new company that was coming up. And I mean, they're still around, and like Mixcloud's pretty big. Like they have a lot of artists and different stuff, like putting up music and content and whatnot. The thing about Mixcloud was that was I don't know how they do it, but that's like the one platform where like a DJ or anybody could like record a mix and like upload it, and it doesn't get flagged. You know, it's like you could be playing music, you know, from different genres, different stuff, and it doesn't get flagged. If you were trying to do that, and let's say you upload it on iTunes or like Spotify, sometimes those things get flagged because of the copyright, you know, and it basically boils down to like royalties, you know, because a lot of these artists, they're all, even though they're on record labels, you know, a lot of these artists also pertain not just to a record label, but they also pertain to something that's called like BMI or ASCAP, and these are companies that basically like collect the information of regarding like the plays that they get, and they disperse, you know, like their money. They get paid by them as well. So it's basically like these companies that just monitor everything. And when you're an artist, you do, you know, when you're gonna start publishing music, whether it's on a digital platform or a physical platform, you know, a lot of the times, you know, you wanna, if you're gonna be releasing, let's say, a record, but then also an MP3, you know, on iTunes, like an EP or whatever, you know, you're gonna require to have a BMI or ASCAP account, either one. So this way, all that information, like your ID and everything, goes in there. So this way, like iTunes, for example, all the downloads they get, all the streams or whatever, they have to report this back to like those companies, you know, and they go about, you know, getting their cut, and then they pay out the artist or whatever. So Mixcloud, what's cool about it is, you know, like I said, you can upload different genres, different things, and it doesn't get flagged. Many years ago, like people who would listen to Mixcloud in the US, the customers out here, you could only listen to the whole thing, but you couldn't go backwards. Like, let's say if you heard a good song, you're like, oh my god, that song was amazing, and you wanted to rewind it to that, you couldn't do it. You had to listen to the whole thing, let it finish, and then go back and start all over. That was the catch for the US. European countries, you could fast forward, go backwards, you could go whatever to find the tune. And now it's changed. Now you could listen to Mixcloud, and if there's a song you like, you can go backwards and pull it up. So it's pretty interesting. And then they just have all these other features or whatever. But I've always wanted to like put together my music or music that I'm into with model building. I feel like they're very relatable subjects, things that I'm into, and it'll always be a part of me. And I just it's something that I've always wanted to connect together, and to this way offer it for everybody to share it, so people can listen and whatnot. Mixcloud is totally free. You could download it on your phone. They have the app online, so like Mixcloud, and then once you're on there, just type in like Scale Writers, like radio. There's only one mix right now, but I will be recording more mixes. I'm just kind of gathering up the things I need for the next mix, and then I'm just gonna record that, and that'll be like the next mix that will go up. So this way, it's like music you could play as you're building your model, or just caking it in your pad, or you're driving, or whatever. You want to explore something new. Maybe you want to see what I have in my library. Maybe some deep cuts, like just some obscure, or just something different, something that you can't even find. It's only on vinyl. The B-sides, I don't know. Might introduce you to something that you might think it's new, but it's actually like 20 years old or something. It's one of those things that just never got the attention, or it was too forward. Like it was way ahead of its time. When it came out, people weren't ready for it, and now that people are ready for it, they're not around. It's crazy how stuff like that happens all the time when things are very like forward-thinking projects and whatnot. So yeah, we'll see what's up. But hey guys, I'm gonna wrap up the episode right here. I'm getting ready to exit. I need to get something to eat. I'll tell you guys right now, I'm pretty hungry. But that's 65 Locs checking out. I hope you guys are doing well and good. Just be happy, do your thing, build. You run into some problems, take a break, come back to it later, reassess what's going on, and go from there. And hope you guys have a good week as well. And I hope to see you guys in the future, and out west, and also talk to you guys when I get back from my trip. All right. Well, thank you, dudes. I appreciate all you guys. Thanks for all the support. Peace out. All right, guys. Later.